Listen, Trump is a threat to our national security. He cannot even interact with other world leaders behind the scenes without subsequently leaking those messages across all of his social media platforms because he needs to gloat to his MAGA fan base. Tell me why he just posted these messages, a private message that was sent to him from President Zelenskyy of Ukraine, and keep in mind, this is the same man who showed people sensitive documents and said, I shouldn't be showing you these, and then played cat and mouse with those documents for a year with the FBI. This is the same man whose campaign has been hacked multiple times because people in his campaign can't help but type all of their personal information into a clear phishing email, an email that should clearly be a hack, but these people don't know what security looks like, either campaign security or technological security or national security. We have a lot to break down this video with 40 days to go, so leave a like, drop a blue heart, subscribe, and let's jump in with this video that Trump just posted on social media titled, "Meeting the Officers That Captured the Man Who Tried to Take My Life." And I was half expecting the people in this video to start clapping like they're in North Korea.
Looking human beings, huh? Mr. President, God bless. Great job. Thank you very much. Really fantastic. Thank you, Sheriff. Anything we can do, let us know. Thanks, fellas.
He posted this video and then afterwards posted these pictures from Zelenskyy. Now, Trump also, at Trump Tower today, said he didn't know about the Mark Robinson situation.
Are you going to pull your endorsement of Mark Robinson?
I don't know the situation.
When asked if he's going to pull his endorsement of Mark Robinson, he said he doesn't know the situation. He absolutely does. This is a man who is glued to the TV, who knows the pulse of the news cycle, and he absolutely knows about the biggest scandal within the Republican Party that happened in the swing state of North Carolina. Aaron Rupar, a journalist, said, "This has become the standard lie whenever Republicans are asked about a scandal involving one of their own." Quote, "I don't know the situation. I haven't seen it. I've been busy. I don't read his tweets," and that is very true. They deflect, they lie, they never ever admit that they did something wrong. Now, I want to bring your attention to this article. This may be the most important thing I'll cover all week. If you live in North Carolina, if you know someone in North Carolina, pay close attention. The Hill just released an article titled, "North Carolina Removes 747,000 People from Voter Rolls, Citing Ineligibility." This is an attempt to disenfranchise voters in North Carolina. North Carolina's State Board of Elections has removed 747,000 people, that is almost a million, 3/4 there, from its list of registered voters within the last 20 months. You need to make sure that you are registered to vote. I will put vote.org in the description below. Like this video to boost it and drop some comments because people need to understand that their vote is being taken away if they live in North Carolina. The State Board of Elections said the majority of those stripped from the rolls were deemed ineligible mainly because they didn't participate in the last 2 federal elections. Does that make sense to you guys? If they didn't vote in the past 2 federal elections, 2016, 2020, maybe they just didn't like the candidates, they weren't locked into the news cycle, that they aren't registered to vote today, I can guarantee there are many people who are now motivated to vote after January 6th. It is such an odd law, so make sure you are registered to vote. Again, link in the description. But let's move on to the main portion of today's video. Donald Trump posted this message from Zelenskyy that says, "Would you please be so kind to pass this message from Zelenskyy to Trump?" So obviously, Trump and Zelenskyy don't have a direct line, so Trump couldn't ask Zelenskyy, "Hey, can I post this?" He just went along and posted it. "Dear Donald, I hope you're doing well. I recall our recent phone call. It was really good. All of us in Ukraine want to end this war with a just peace, and we know that without America, that is impossible to achieve. That's why we have to strive to understand each other and remain in close contact, and I don't think Trump understands Zelenskyy or the people of Ukraine. They want sovereignty. They want their land back, and they don't want to be a buffer state. Sovereignty means you can choose if you want to ally with NATO. You can choose if you don't. And Trump, part of his peace deal is to say that Ukraine can never ally with NATO. Does that sound like sovereignty to you? Days ago, we requested a meeting with you, and I really want to hear your thoughts directly and firsthand. You know I always speak with great respect about everything connected to you, and that's how it should be. I could be in New York on Friday, which would be a good time to meet. I believe it's important for us to have a personal contact and to understand each other 100%. Let me know if you're in the city at that time. Just so you guys know, this is not Zelenskyy sucking up to Donald Trump. This is Zelenskyy trying to come to a middle ground with Trump because there is a 50% chance that Trump will be the president. Whether we like it or not, it very well could happen. That's what it says on 538. Harris has a 56% chance. Trump wins 44 times out of 100. So it's essentially a coin flip. That is why Zelenskyy is trying to at least come to a middle ground. He's probably going to explain the importance of liberal democracy, the importance of stopping Vladimir Putin in his tracks. Not that Trump's going to listen, but Trump does need to hear this stuff from the man himself. I think Trump is so caught up in all of these conspiracy theories that he actually thinks Zelenskyy is a salesman who is embezzling money when he's actually trying to fight for his country's sovereignty. He wants his country to be free again. This is a poll that just came out from Fox News, and let me highlight, Fox News' polling institution is separate from their news. People like Jesse Waters and Sean Hannity have nothing to do with this polling. It's actually quite accurate. In Georgia, for example, Harris is winning by a 3-point margin. That is absolutely beautiful, and you know there was some ketchup on the wall at Mar-a-Lago when this was on screen. In Arizona, Harris is down 3 points. That is not great, but if she wins Georgia, if she wins North Carolina, it's over. I mean, if Kamala Harris wins North Carolina, she has a 95% chance of bringing home the whole election. So save some insane outlier. If she wins North Carolina, she wins the entire race. I also want to show you this photo of a Ford Ranger in a swing state with a Trump sticker ripped off the back. What are the odds this is somebody who went to one of Trump's swing state rallies, walked out early because of how unhinged he is, and then removed this sticker? I mean, the odds probably aren't that high, but that would be funny. But the broader point here is that people are sick of Donald Trump. They're sick of his constant apocalyptic rhetoric and him constantly undermining America, saying that we are a failed nation. Watch this clip of Donald Trump talking about Zelenskyy.
I believe I will be able to make a deal between President Putin and President Zelenskyy quite quickly.
What does that look like?
He won't be able to. See, all the journalists in the crowd asked, what does that look like?
What does that look like? What is that?
I don't want to tell you what that looks like.
I don't want to tell you what that looked like. This is the same thing as him saying he has concepts of a plan or that his healthcare plan is coming in 2 weeks. He is BSing, but Mueller, she wrote on Twitter, said, I can tell you what Trump's plan looks like because it was written out in 2016. The plan is to give large chunks of Ukraine to Russia, put Manafort's old boss, Putin-backed separatist Viktor Yanukovych, in charge, and then lift all sanctions on Russia. I would not be surprised if Trump does exactly that because he did have it written as a plan in 2016 before he took office. Also, when people ask what is your plan, he said it multiple times. He wants to cede the land that has already been taken by Russia to Vladimir Putin, which would only embolden dictators to take land in the future. What happens if Xi Jinping sees that model and says, hey, if I just invade 1/10 of Taiwan, that I just get that? That's how it works now? That's the new international law, that I just get land that I take? It makes no sense at all. I want to end off with some of these polls on 538. This aggregate shows the rating of the pollsters and then how much VP Harris is ahead or behind. This YouGov Economist poll is ranked 2.9 out of 3 stars, and it shows VP Harris up 3 nationally. That is very, very good. We have 2 Ipsos Reuters polls. These are ranked 2.8 out of 3. Harris +6 and Harris +6. Those are some really good numbers right there, and I'm interested to see the numbers we get out of North Carolina after the Mark Robinson scandal. Remember, Republicans can't win naturally, so all they do is cheat by removing 747,000 voters from voter rolls. I think the main takeaway from this video is that you should go check your voter registration, and if you live in North Carolina, triple, quadruple check and help your family members. Finally, this is a reason that we should vote. Sweeping bill to overhaul Supreme Court would add 6 justices. The legislation by Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon is one of the most ambitious efforts to date to remake the Supreme Court following controversies over rulings and ethics. Now, 4 years ago, I was not in favor of packing the Supreme Court or changing the rules. Honestly, I supported what Biden said about it. Biden liked the precedent that has been here since the inception of America. VP Harris hasn't said much about it. She hasn't been explicit about it, but I am okay because of how much the Supreme Court has messed up. We need to strike back at Donald Trump eroding all of our institutions, and we need to play on their field. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. I love to hear from you guys. Make sure you leave a like, drop a blue heart, hit that subscribe button. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.